Christy.
And we're the Clarity Girls. It's been a hot minute since we've been together.
But we're together. Yay!
And we're drinking.
Cheers.
Cheers.
We do that when we're together.
We do. We do that. We do. That's something we do well.
Yeah.
Yeah. So we decided,
It's a
since
tradition.
it's been a while since we've done a spirituality video, and if you don't know what that is, I'm going to let you explain.
It's where we drink alcohol
Hi,
and
Shelly.
talk about spiritual things.
Yes. So I think you're most enlightened the more drinks you have.
Yeah.
Is that true?
So how enlightened are we right now, Nichole?
This is water. So we wanted to talk. So we were talking. We just went and had. Well, we thought we were getting appetizers, but then we just ended up with like a whole meal because we just ordered a bunch of appetizers. So,
but it was
delicious. I don't have any regrets. If you've never had a pulled pork quesadilla, that's where it's at. But we were talking about like what this energy is right now.
Because it's really, really crazy. Like, if you haven't watched my energy video, make sure that you catch it. Because although it's, like, supposed to go Tuesday to Monday, it really is, like, for, I think, in some ways, the rest of, you know, the next month or so where we're going to be at. Yeah. And it's tough. It's tough energy.
It's a very weird energy because I feel like everybody's extra intuitive right now. And I don't know if you've, like, encountered that with clients and stuff. But I know for, like, the clients I've been seeing everything's very vivid. But the pathways aren't clear. Mm-hmm. So it's like, I know I'm supposed to do this, but like, I don't know how to get there. I don't get, but there's all these blocks in the way. So we know where we're supposed to go.
Very stuck.
Yeah.
In so many areas of their life.
Right.
And impatient. Like, people are at the point where they're like, Christy, you tell me to trust, you tell me to have faith, and I do, but like, I'm really sick of having faith and having it not manifest for me. Right.
And I think it's hard to hold faith for long periods of time. And it's hard to hold faith when it looks like doors are closing. And I think, I was just telling Christy, like, I got in a really good groove with some work I was doing and some things I was putting out, which all involved around my computer. And so I was like, I'm finally back. I'm finally in alignment. I'm finally doing things that are, like, in my soul's purpose. And then my computer broke. Like, didn't turn on at all. Didn't charge.
You mentioned that it was, like, a pretty new computer.
It's 18 months old. It's a MacBook Pro. Like, it has never been drop touch anything. So I obviously was like, okay, why doesn't the universe want me to do? Like, that felt really good. I felt like I was, making the right moves. Why is the universe shutting this down? But in the meantime, like, I went to get my computer fixed. It was out of warranty by like 5 months. And so they're like, the first lady was like, we can't help you. Sorry. Like, if you don't buy the warranty, it's going to be $700 to fix this computer.
Oh, my God.
Yeah. Which is more than half of what it costs to get the computer, first of all. But so she's like, it's going to, take this much money to fix this computer. We can't help you. And, I just kept manifesting. I don't know what I'm supposed to be doing, but I thought it was that. So, like, show me a way to continue to do that. And I ended up getting wind that somebody else, hi, Chris, somebody else had recommended calling Apple's client care or customer care. So I called them, and the lady's like, I can help you out. So she called the place that's fixing my computer, and they're covering it entirely. Like, my computer is getting fixed for free. Yeah. Entirely. So
there's like these little bits of magic.
There's hope.
Hi, Chris. Love you.
Love you, Chris. No, there's these little bits of hope, and even if the door that you're staring at looks like it's closed, like, there might be a back entrance.
We're already talking about back entrances, like, it's only 5 minutes in.
Yeah, but, like, that's where the magic's happening, so I guess you better go there.
Sorry.
It's fine.
Yeah.
Welcome back. No, I think, like, but I feel like there's a lot of knowings. There's a lot of intuitive knowings right now that are happening. And then there's a lot of doors that look like they're really closed right now.
But there's little sparks of magic being sprinkled in. So you just have to, like, look for those. Yeah. Watch for those and continue to trust. Because I just feel like there's so much, like, a huge part of what we're meant to do right now is to flow. And we're always supposed to flow. But right now, flow is most important, right? So if we can just say, I'm going to allow the universe to show me the way and invite that, amazing things are going to happen. I keep talking about, like, it's almost like this tidal wave is lifting us up, and it's going to be, like, swirling us around and carrying us, and kind of we're going to feel stuck, like we're not, like, really moving forward. We're going to be stuck in a little bit of a whirlpool feeling for a while.
That sounds awful.
Yeah, terrible. But
even
then
when you're describing this tidal wave,
there's going to be, like, a whoosh of, like, water.
I don't even want to, like,
and
surf.
when the water drains, we are going to land at our destiny.
That's deep.
Boom.
That's deep.
And that's some cool ass shit.
Oh my
Jerry
God,
says he's seeing double. Hi, Jerry. Nice to see you on here.
I don't think I know Jerry. But hi,
Jerry's
Jerry.
a ghost hunter.
Oh.
It's very cool. Yeah.
That's scary.
Yeah, he does, like, investigations and stuff like that.
That's very cool.
Mm-hmm.
I respect your job, Jerry, because I would not. Somebody invited me on a ghost...
Jerry came to Clarity Connect last year, too, I think.
Oh, okay.
Yeah,
yeah, no, I got invited on a ghost tour because Savannah is really known for their ghost tours. I'm like, not in a million years would you get me. I'm very intuitive.
Yeah.
I work with the light, though, and I don't touch that. I don't touch the creepy stuff, so more power to you. Thank you for doing your work, because that is not my strong point. That's not my path.
Yes.
But I think, too, like, we keep talking about, like...
how do we share this on our, like, pages and stuff?
Oh, I don't know. I think you gotta tag us.
Did I need to do that sooner?
Probably.
Let's wait. Oh, is this tag?
I don't think so. I think that's to put a picture inside, like if we wanted to invite somebody on.
Oh.
We should figure this out live, though, you know?
I just wanted to be shared so that people know we didn't announce it.
Oh.
Share it on your phone.
Okay. So we were talking about manifesting and, like, why is manifesting not working right now? And
so that's in part why, is because we are in this energy that, well, we're in Mercury Retrograde, right? And people tend to not like Mercury Retrograde for a reason. They tend to find it to be a challenging period of time. Nichole actually traveled during Mercury Retrograde, which is, like, impressive.
I traveled. I manifested a private jet during retrograde. So the people who are looking at
it's not impossible.
There are things that you don't get to write off the whole 3 weeks because somebody told you the energy has to be bad. I came for a funeral, but the but the universe was like, listen, we know you're sad. We know, my Nana passed away, and
sorry.
Yeah. Oh, like, funerals are no fun. But, again, the universe was like, I'm sorry you're sad. Let me get you a private jet.
And let me bring you to Christy.
Let me bring you to Christy. Let Christy pour gin in your cup.
Yeah.
And then you can go live and make stupid comments. Hi, Missy.
Make sure you guys say hi if you're watching. This is going well. Yeah.
So, the point is, like, don't stop manifesting right now, because even though you're not seeing things show up in the way, or you're getting blocks, or you're getting hit with all of these things that look like they're not, this isn't what I asked for, it doesn't mean, and I was talking with Christy, I go to a church in Ballantyne in North Carolina, and the pastor talks a lot about even the stuff that sucks, you have to accept as God. Mm-hmm. Like, even the stuff that's not working in your life, even the people that are showing up, or the people who have left, like, all of it is a work of...
Ashleen.
Hi, Ashleen. So it's all work of the universe. It's all work of God. And when you can start identifying that, it takes all of the emotion and the hype and the dramatic responses out of it. Because when you're not feeling like the universe... Because I know for me, like, my first thing is, like, why does the universe hate me right now? Like... I was on a path, and then it broke my computer.
Because
like,
we get to that place, right?
Yeah.
Like, all of us
lose
get
hope.
there. No matter how spiritual you are, it is a little like, why is this happening to me right now? Why am I going through this? We get frustrated, especially when it feels stuck, and especially when it's when you're waiting and waiting and waiting.
Yeah. And sometimes the thing is we're manifesting the wrong things for ourselves. Mm-hmm. We're manifesting things we think should work, or the people we think we should be with, or the jobs we think we should have. And that's not the universe's plan. Like, as much as we can manifest, and as much as we're powerful co-creators of the universe, there's still this part that's like, there's fate.
Yes. If it's not in your plan, your highest and best good, if it's not in your divine plan, if it's not in what God wants for you, it's not going to happen.
Right.
Or if it's not the right timing, right? God knows exactly what to do. And so we have to always bring ourselves back to that. If it's not happening for me right now, either it's not meant to be, it's not meant to be right now, or something better is coming, which oftentimes I find, because it happens, because we really get better things. Have you ever just stepped out of the way of your manifestation, and then you're like, oh my God, this is even better than I expected?
Yes. So it's like, maybe it's not that it's not working. Maybe it's not that you're not a co-creator. Maybe it's not that you're not magical too. Maybe it's just not it. Like, that's not it. And I keep thinking of this, like, I don't know, I heard this quote or this just message someplace that, you know, sometimes we haven't actually developed the skill set that we need to, like, do the things we're about to do. So, like, there's actually a book, Believe Bigger by Marshawn Lynch Daniels, which is so good. It's a little religious based, but other than that, it's just really, really good book. But she talks about, she was working as an agent for like NFL players. And she was like, she had this big crisis in her life, and that led her to this, like, developing the skill sets, the knowledge, and the emotional base to work with women to help them rebuild their lives. But if she didn't go through that, nor did she think she was going to go through something like that, because she was living high on these, like, specific, you know, so you might not even have an idea of what you're going to do, because you haven't had the experiences necessary to develop your skill sets, your character, or whatever to get there.
Right. And you don't always know what's best for you. Like, God always knows.
Yeah.
Right? You know, the more in tune we are with our intuition, the better we know what's best for us, because we're more connected to that, right? Like, we're more connected to our best life path. So that's where we want to make sure that we are connected to that. But we still don't always know, or we want it to be one specific way, and it comes a totally different way. Look back at your life and look at how God has prepared you for exactly where you're at today. Totally. You know, I can look back even just career-wise and see, like, all these little things that happened to shape me into what I needed to be right now, right here.
Yes.
Yeah. And not all of them are pleasant.
No.
We're just talking about the first video that we made together. That was not a pleasant experience. I had a panic attack in the middle of it.
She had to get up and leave.
I had to, like, we had to wait an hour till my splotchy face, because I'm not a pretty crier, cleared down,
so we could talk about chakras.
But you know what? I came back and I finished that damn video.
You did, and honestly, like, Christy makes more live videos than I do anyway.
I make videos
like,
all the time.
You know, so it is a matter of like flowing with what is showing up in the universe, flowing with what is, like, what God's giving you at the moment, and seeing what you can do with that. And so, you know, I was talking with a client the other day on the phone, and she was like, oh, you know, I did these job interviews, and she's, like, talking about, like, her concerns when she gets offered these jobs of, like, what, and I'm like, but did you get offered the job yet? And she's like, no. She's like, but you're exhausting so much energy worrying about if you're going to like that job once you're in it, and you haven't even been offered it. So sometimes our brains like to jump ahead to, like, if this scenario might happen, how am I going to feel about it, and what is going to happen, what's that going to look like, and here are the concerns. But it's, like, wild, because none of it matters in that moment you're in. Like, the moment you're in is it. And I love that Jerry wrote, like, we want everything now, and we do.
It's true. Me too.
Same.
Me too. Like, we're not judging you, because we do it too. We complain to each other about lots of things that aren't happening the way we want them to.
But the thing is, like, if you can, and I think, like, that's the thing is, like I said, I'm not here for positive reasons, but it all worked out. And it's really funny, because this weekend, me coming home, actually a lot of my friends that don't live in town in New York are coming into New York this weekend for other things that have nothing to do with me. So I get to see a lot more people. So it's kind of like just divine timing, even though it's unfortunate circumstances. But even sometimes in the midst of chaos and in the midst of bad things happening, the universe will still magically align to deliver, like, a cushion.
Yeah.
You know? Like, it's not that, like, it sucks, but it's not that bad. Like, let me remind you, there's still magic in the world. So your job in the dark times is to still look for the places magic is showing up, the synchronicities, the people, places, and things that you should never run into. And again, we're having these strong intuitive knowings about things. Hi, John. John, I haven't seen you in so long. I hope you're doing well. But we're having these strong intuitive knowings about what we're supposed to be doing. But then again, we've got these blocks coming up right now, and that's just the energy.
Right, it's just the energy. It's really, like, I just keep being shown that, like, there's so much going on behind the scenes, right? So we have to trust that. That's what faith is trusting even though you don't see it, when it's not showing up for you, but continuing to trust anyway, and continuing to thank God for what is showing up.
Yes.
And continuing to invite that flow. I find that for myself, the more often I just say, I don't know what the hell I'm doing.
I don't know.
So please, God, show me.
Yep.
And I'm just going to hand this to you, and I'm going to do my best. I try to control stuff all the time. I'm not going to lie to you guys. Yeah. But so very often when I catch myself doing that, usually when I get to the point of total frustration, then I say, you know what? I don't know what I'm doing, God. I'm going to hand this over to you.
Yep.
You know, and that's when, by the way, the coolest things in my life happen.
Well, and just like frequency and chemically speaking, when we start to bring our energy into the now moment, that's when we're in flow. That's when we surrender. Mm-hmm. But that's also when your brainwaves drop down to a place where you can A, receive intuition about your next step, but B, it just gives you more joy and pleasure. So like anytime you're in chaos or in just a moment where we're trying to control things, if you just breathe and say, okay, what am I right now? Who am I with right now? And I would recommend, this is what I do when I start to get in that space, I put my phone away. Because for me, it's like, I feel like there's, you know, like that constant feedback, or if I'm waiting for a phone call, like I'll put my phone away, because instead of just staring at it, I need to enjoy whatever I'm doing in this moment. Because when you put yourself in any place to enjoy something, it just opens.
I'm choosing to be in the moment.
I'm choosing to be in the moment. Yeah. I'm opening up my flow. I'm putting myself into like divine alignment because I'm not pushing it away.
Absolutely. And being thankful for those things that exist already is huge. Right. Because we have so many amazing things. I always use this example because I think that it's really powerful, but, you know, have you ever had your washer or dryer break and you have to go to the laundromat?
So true.
How thankful are you, like, when that's fixed, to have a washer and a dryer again? Like, these little things that we just take for granted all the time in our lives.
Yes.
Like, can we get into a space of gratitude? Pam Grout. Is it Grout? Has that book, Thank and It Is Given, and it's based on this whole concept of whenever we can move ourselves into gratitude, this is where we manifest amazing things, because it's like, I'm accepting and loving what is in my life right now, and I'm looking for the blessings in my life. Look for the blessings.
So true, like, fun, quick story. When I first went to a laundromat, I was so proud of myself because I remembered, just like I brought snacks and I brought things to keep myself busy. I did not bring dryer sheets, and I did not bring any change or cash of any kind to actually make the machine work. So now I understand that. But so your job is to just trust, and the intuitive hits you're getting, even if it doesn't look like the pathways are being opened, it doesn't mean they're not. It just means that whatever's happening right now, like, again, bad things are God too. Yeah. Like, the things that are happening that are feeling like
you. They're shaping you. They're showing you. They're guiding you.
I always like in that Believe Bigger book, she talks about it unlocking personality traits that you didn't have that you needed for your next level. So like all these things that are coming up, like you are developing something, you are unlocking parts of yourself that you didn't even know you had.
Yeah.
Because your next level requires that of you. So the stuff you're facing, know it's intentional, and know that if you can face it with gratitude, if you can face it with hope, if you can hold that, even when it looks like it isn't anywhere, you know?
Yep. And then we have to also understand that we don't see the big picture. We don't understand the big picture, right? And God does, again. So, like, we may not understand ever why certain things happen to us, but we might. I mean, how many times can you look back on your life and recognize, oh, like, that's why I didn't get that job, that didn't happen, why that relationship ended, whatever, right? You can look back because you have some perspective. And so we have to trust right now that, like, with some perspective, that some of these things are going to make sense to us. Not everything.
Not everything.
But some, you know?
Kate said that she's been visiting the laundromat lately and appreciate your machines. Yeah, well, you got new machines. So
yeah,
I moved from a townhouse to a home a month ago or a month and a half ago, and we were supposed to be moving, and our mortgage paper, something didn't get signed, which is a big deal for it to get signed, and this was like a legal document that needed a certain amount of days before and after it. Anyways, we got displaced for almost 2 weeks. Like, we were supposed to close on the 6th, and we didn't close on we didn't close until the 21st of September. So
we're talking about them not having a home.
Like, we didn't have a home. We had everything in boxes. Like, we didn't know how long, because they kept saying, oh, we could probably close, in 2 days. So I didn't have any, half of my stuff. I didn't have access, and we were just crashing at random places, like people's houses. Somebody was like, oh, I have an apartment like that's paid for, but you can use it if you have blow up mattresses. So we were just like sleeping on people's floors, and I've never been so grateful when we finally were like, we don't know when we're gonna commit to a hotel. Like, I've never been so grateful to sleep on a bed in my entire life. Like, I woke up and I was like, that was so nice to sleep on a bed. Like, because I'd been sleeping on an air mattress or on the floor or on people's couches, and like for a week and a half, and it, like, again, it was so clear to me at that moment. I was like, there are people who are doing this and don't have the means to get a hotel, who don't have the means to do, like, who don't have somebody offering them a nice space even if they have to sleep on the floor. Like, there are so many things that I was very clear that as much as that sucked for me and as much as that was hard for my family, like, I feel grateful for very small things right now because of it. And I think that gives me some grounding stepping into this next part of my life.
I mean, sometimes we just need those reminders, right? Like, we need to be brought down into a humble place, I think.
Very humble.
And remember,
super freaking humble.
Yeah. Yeah, it really makes you think about things and think about what's important.
Totally. And so, like, gratitude will help those manifestations. But again, remind yourself, if those manifestations aren't happening, it doesn't mean they're wrong. It doesn't mean you're not still working with the universe. It doesn't mean any of those things. Sometimes it's just fate, and sometimes it's just not time.
Exactly.
Or it's not, you don't know what the right thing is, and the universe is trying to help you out. So hold your manifestations.
Or something better is coming.
Yes, or
trust in the magic.
Hold. There might be a back door. There could be a back door. Even if the door in front of you is closed, there could be, like, one of those little
back door opportunities.
Yeah, like one of those little like fairy doors. Yeah. And then you could, like, suck down, like, Alice in Wonderland and, like, crawl through it.
Down the rabbit
hole. The Cheshire Cat comes and he's like, I'll grant you 3 wishes. Is that the wrong book? Anyway.
Yes.
But you have to hold your faith. I'll grant you 3 wishes, but you have to, like,
we should
I'm going to stop now. But that is exactly Manifestation 101. Anyway.
That's our cue. But before we wrap up, I do want to make sure that I mention, because I haven't been live here on Clarity in a while, that I have a free webinar for you guys coming up on Monday in my It's a Magical Life with Christy Forsyth in my group. So it's going to be in my group. So if you just look for my group, I've been sharing it all over this page too. So,
but you'll put it in the
comments, and I'll put it in comments too. If I always forget, I always say I will and then I don't. But I'll try to remember.
Yes.
But make sure you guys join me. It's a free webinar, and I'm going to be talking about connecting to your intuition, connecting to your life's purpose, and using that to connect to the career or start the business of your dreams. So
I'll be there. Yeah. I'll probably actually I have to still be here on Monday,
excited.
So I'll probably just be on the other side of the camera making faces at Christy. And you can catch information about me, NicholeEaton.com. I don't have any big things going on, but I am still doing sessions, soul therapy, energy, that kind of stuff through the phone. And I have a live event in Seattle. I still have room in my, I think I have a couple more slots in my intuition class in Seattle. So if you are out in Seattle, Washington area, make sure to go to my website and book either a one-on-one with me or attend my event.
Oh, and one more thing is you can get onto my launch list for the webinar. You can visit. I have a free meditation for you. It is a Get Your Energy Right meditation. Ooh. And it's basically what I encourage people to do every single day to get your energy back into balance, to protect your energy so you're not taking on negativity. Yes. So visit highvibeaf.com and get your free meditation. It'll take you through actually to getting onto my launch list for the webinar, and I'm sending out freebies through my email. So get onto the list, because that's where I'm sending the freebies, and that'll direct you to the webinar as well.
But we miss you guys as a unit.
Yes. And we talked about maybe doing some of these
even long distance. Yeah. So if you guys liked this and want more, just comment below or let us know. Hashtag more. Thank you. More, please. All right. We love you. Guys. Bye.